Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone. I am sure by now you must be knowing how to greet people. This is what you have learned. So bonjour means hello or good morning and salut means hi. So I would say hi to you. So I will say salut. Now in this video, the target is to introduce yourself. How you can introduce yourself. This is what we are going to learn in this complete video. And to achieve this, we need to know the technicalities or go into the details of many things so that you can easily understand and you can easily present yourself in French in simple way. The first thing which we are going to learn is le pronom personnel or le sujet personnel, means in French how to say I, you, he, she and all those things. Then comes the verb s'appeler, which is to call oneself, which is the verb is used to present your, to talk about your name. That is, my name is, your name is, his name is, her name is. That's a second point. And then two main verbs, that is être and avoir, which are, you will know in many ways, the backbone of French. I call it the backbone verbs of French. And you will know, as you progress, you will know the importance of those two verbs, that is être and avoir. Now let's move ahead with the les pronoms sujets, which is subject pronouns. So how to say I in French? So I means je, right? So je means I. And then the next is tu, which means you. So je, I, and tu is you. Fine. So that's the first subject, je, and another is tu. So remember, J and E is the spelling of that word, but the pronunciation is je. Please do not pronounce it as J. I repeat again. Listen carefully. It is je. The next word is tu. Can you repeat after me? The next word is tu. Then comes the he and she. He means il and she refers to L. So please repeat after me, il and L. And the spelling for il is IL and for L is ELLE. So the pronunciation is il for he, il and L. So he and she, this is how it is. So il and L. Remember, so what are the subject pronouns you have learned so far? The singular one. Singular means I as a single person, I, you as a single person, tu, and then il and L. You got it, I'm sure. Can you repeat? Je. Yes, good. Je, tu, not tu, tu, right? And then il and L. So these are the singular subject nouns. Now come to the plural version. Plural means, what is the plural of I in French is nous. Means je will change to nous, which is we. Okay, so it means we, nous. What is the pronunciation? Nous. Here the spelling is N-O-U-S, but the S is silent. Until and unless after nous we use the verb which starts with the vowel. And to tell you, the vowels in French are very similar to English, that is A, E, I, O, U. Fine. And another vowel which is mute H and Y. We'll talk about alphabets and then you will know the pronunciation of all these alphabets. But currently I'm speaking the pronunciation in English itself. But yes, in one of the videos you will learn the French alphabets as well. Now let's come back to the word nous, which means we. The next important subject is vous, which means you again. So there are two versions of you. Remember, tu, which we have learned as a singular person. Tu is for single person, you. And vous, when I'm addressing many people together, vous, right? It means you all, basically. Vous is for plural version. And also remember, tu is the informal version of you as well. And the formal version of you is vous. You got it? I'm sure. What is the formal version of you? Vous. What is the informal version of you is tu. So tu and vous, remember. If you need to address someone formally, then it has to be vous. Informally, it has to be tu. And it is also a way of politeness. Obviously, when you are telling someone formally, it means you are telling as a respect, or you are meeting that person first time and you will address that person as vous rather than tu. Fine. So that's the difference you should understand. Now, if you are addressing many friends together, you will always use vous because again, you're addressing many people. Now, next is the il and L. You have learned il and L already. You must be thinking, why il and L again? The first version of il and L is without S, which means he and she. This version of il and L is with S. But yes, the pronunciation stays the same. So il ending with S is also pronounced as il only, like you do for he. Similarly, L, she, and L with S is in the In the spellings, we use L with S, but the pronunciation stays the same. So the version of they in French is il and elle, the same as you use for he and she. I'm sure you got it. Let's revise this part of sujet personnel, or we call it subject pronouns. So let's start from the beginning. Je, tu. Yes, you speak. It's your turn. Okay, il, elle, nous, vous. So what is the difference between tu and vous? Remember, tu is for single person and also informal way of saying you in French. That is tu. And vous is for the, I repeat again, vous is for the formal person. If you need to address a single person formally, then vous. And also if you are addressing many people together, then it's vous. And then the last is il and elle. We call it il plurial and elle plurial in French to tell someone that yes, we are talking about they. Okay, but yes, we will go into the detail in what conditions we pronounce s. Okay, in coming videos. So this is all about subject pronouns. I'm sure you got the idea of subject pronouns. Now our next target is to understand the verb s'appeler, which is to call oneself, right? Which is to call oneself. S'appeler.